First day of school is over. It was okay. Teacher was good. Class had 11 people in it. Honestly, wasn't too thrilled with other classmates. Guy beside me was on his phone the whole time playing a video game. A couple others didn't look like they were paying much attention. Others were fine and loud, just unfortunately the other students have all done the first 2 levels here at the same school. So they not only have their own friend groups and all, but they're right in the system. Whereas I come in new and all the people I had met in the orientation are in different classes. So they all have someone new with them. And that's kind of nice for them because they've got a friend in the class to be with. I am the only new person in my class. So yeah, everyone's already got their friends. No one was like interested in meeting me, and I didn't feel like I could approach any of them. But it's fine because after class I hooked up with the people I had met in orientation, and it seems like maybe we'll be a group of friends. One of them went to Kaiten Sushi with me, so that was fun. Finally got my sushi, had a bit of a celebratory dinner. This celebrates the first day of class, as well as getting the architecture license. So that was the celebration today. And then I have a bit of homework to do tonight. I also got, this was a guy I actually just met, but he gave me another name of a company to look at for housing. So I'll try and reach out to them and see if they have anything. Although his apartment is quite expensive. It's like over 100,000 yen just for rent alone. So it puts into good perspective that like I'm moaning about like, should I go with this really cheap option that's 85,000 yen, or should I go this 120,000, which is like the total cost of everything combined, not just rent, but everything. And he's paying over 100,000 just in rent alone. So his total monthly cost is probably 150 at least. So really just perspective, which helps me in my decision making of if I go for this 120,000, whose rent is actually just 85,000. Relatively speaking, I'm higher than some of my other friends, but lower than this guy. So yeah, prices vary all over the place. He also, I mean, his place is a brand new building and twice the area, 40 square meters. So it is quite a huge spot or a huge place, but still, I mean, it's just all relative. And it's really like, what number am I comfortable with, and what number, not even what I can afford, it's what am I comfortable with paying, and to avoid buyer's remorse, essentially. Like, I could go with the cheap option that I'm looking at for 85,000 yen, and it's a really old building, but it might be fine. Like the age, it might not be as old or as hot as I think it is in the summer. It's 3rd floor, it looks like it has a little bit of a view, like it might actually be nice. Or I could go with the 120,000, nicer place, but still an old building, and like, I just don't want to have buyer's remorse. I don't want to get it and be like, man, I wish I was paying less in rent. Like I'm not getting my value in it, money's worth. But anyways, another company to look at. As for the school, I'm at beginner 2, which is level 3. I was a bit worried that it'd be too hard because when I did the placement test, the written placement test I did kind of poor in because it was a lot of grammar and particles, and I'm not very good at like picking the right using the right particle. And then so when I went to do the interview test, I think the guy had already decided I should be in level 1, even like despite what the questions he asked me and my answers, I think he had already in his mind categorized me as beginner level 1. And I had, after that, I had asked them for a course outline and looked it over. And with my two friends, my two Japanese friends, we all thought I should be level 2. I mean, they might have been hyping me up anyways, but I felt like beginner 1 would be too easy. Beginner 2 might be a bit of a challenge, but I thought that was a more appropriate level to be at, and I think I was right. It's kind of strange. I was very happy that I understood 95% of what she said today. Maybe, yeah, probably 95% of what the teacher said. We covered an expression and a vocab and I guess a verb, and I already knew them all. Not well, but I knew them before. I looked at a vocab list for at least the first lesson, the first, I guess, 5 days of lessons-ish, and I knew most of the verbs already. Like I kind of feel like, in a way, I feel like I'm actually more advanced than this level. Well, I mean, this day, not the whole term, but this day. Which is good, because it means I'm probably in a good level, good place. The flip side is I was kind of thinking in class, I have come a long way. I have learned a lot on my own. And I was kind of, I don't know, we'll see how it is after 3 months and then 6 months and then a year. And maybe I just need to get adjusted to it. But I was kind of thinking like, wow, like looking at the vocab list that I already know of verbs and the way they like go through verbs and conjugation I didn't like. But I was kind of like, wow, I already know a lot on my own. And, you know, if I have a mixed thought, because I kind of feel like I don't know how effective learning in class is for me compared to just learning on my own. And maybe that just means I have to do a lot more study on my own. Maybe it's that school classes for introducing concepts or practicing concepts, but like the learning is on my own because, and maybe it's just I think differently. I have my own systems for thinking and looking at verbs and stuff like some of it is close, but it's just not quite the same. And I like if you're introducing a new verb and then you just go through the list of conjugations of like, here's the past form, here's the negative form, here's the past negative form, here's the possible form, here's the potential form, here's the relational form. It doesn't do anything for me. You're just speaking, but you're not really, you're just repeating after me, but it's not like I'm setting up in my mind a system for, okay, this is this type verb that goes through this flow chart of this is how you use it. And I guess it just goes to show that like all the time I spent just talking to friends and talking to Natsumi-chan in lessons and Mio-san and just thinking in Canada, I learned a lot more than I maybe realized and set up good systems in my mind that were working for me. So yeah, I guess in a way I was thinking like, it's hard for me to imagine where I'm going to be in a year because I guess for some people they need school to advance, whereas I don't know if I need school to advance. I could do it on my own, but school gives me a formal system to sit down every day and do it, which is me kind of just beating around the bush to say school was okay, but I don't know if it was like definitely don't think it's necessary to learn the language, but it got me the visa to be in the country, and So like if I was not in school, maybe I'd meet more people and just learn myself on my own. Or maybe I'd just do video lessons like with Natsumi-chan or someone similar, and that would be enough. But at least I'm here. I've made a few friends in school, which is nice. It is only the first day, so we'll see how subsequent days and weeks go. Maybe I'll start to enjoy it more. Maybe it's not like I didn't enjoy it, but it was mama. It was okay. It just wasn't super exciting. And maybe that's just because I have to get used to it, and I have to get in a rhythm of things maybe. I am happy though that I made some friends, even if they're not in my class. They all have like 2 or 3 people from the introduction in our class. I think I'm the only one that ended up in a class with no one else that's new, which is kind of dumb, but what can you do about it, Shogunai? I'm also very happy that I have a Japanese man from the meetup that wants to meet for coffee. And I'm going to get to meet the 2 girls, Runa-chan and Tomo-san, on Thursday. So whether we speak English or Japanese, and I think we'll do probably a bit of both, I'm building out my friend network, and that is exciting. That's good. So in that respect, the last few days have been quite good, and in the social life realm of things, I am looking forward to a lot of fun times, good meals with friends and stuff like that. At the end of the day, school is school, so you get in what you put, or you get out what you put in. I think I just need to come up with my own systems and routines of how I study before and after class to get the most out of it, and also have a place to study to get the most out of it. I'm going to go home and do the homework, but hopefully when I move to my own private apartment, it is a more comfortable place to study and feels like a place I can study. Hopefully it has a desk and a chair, because this share house just has a floor and a shitty IKEA lack table, which isn't great for studying, and just the whole vibe of the place is like not good for studying. So hopefully when I get my own place, that helps with studying as well. I think what I need to do is the night before, the morning before classes, I need to review the lesson that's coming up, so that in the class, it's review and reinforcement, and then that night I do the homework, and then rinse and repeat every day. I think that's the plan. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. It was only the first day. I'm so grateful to be in Japan. I am having a good time. The housing is a bit of a challenge, and the school wasn't bad, wasn't great, but was mama. Social life is good for the most part. So yeah, I'm having a good time, and I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to have the means and the methods to be here, and not the stress that other people have. I don't have to worry about getting an arubaito, a part-time job. I'm not actually stressed about the money. I'm just being cheap for my own volition. So I'm living the good life, and I'm very grateful for that. And that was, yeah, so that's the first day of school. All right, cheers.